Yes, this is Bob Armstrong with LaRosa Realty calling on the Morales file. Yes, that would be file 100596993. That's correct. No, we've had this paperwork with you for quite some time. We've turned everything in. Yes, everything is there and complete. Well, I need to know when we're going to have an approval on this. It's been in review for quite some time. That's correct. Oh, the purchase price. Well, I pull the comparables in the area, and I actually know the area very well, and I can tell you you're not going to get a better offer on this property. Yes. When are you going to be able to approve this file? No, I need a time. Well, the buyer has been waiting for a little while, and they're getting a little antsy, so we don't want to lose the buyer on this deal because we won't get a better offer than this. And the seller's making plans, to move out of the house and go on with their life as well, too. Well, it's in everybody's best interest, including the bank's best interest, their best financial interest, to approve this offer. I need an approval by the end of this week. Why? Because I said so, that's why. Listen, I know where you work and I know where you park. So I better get an approval by the end of this week or I'm coming to see you. That's right. Thanks. Have a nice day. Man. Oh, hey folks, how you doing? Bob Armstrong here with LaRosa Realty, doing a little negotiating with the short sale negotiator over at the bank. Yeah, with the right kind of attitude and finesse, plus the follow through on the paperwork, every deal should be easy. Well, it's simple, but it's not always easy. However, it doesn't take as long as most people think. There's a lot of myths going on out there about how short sales take. There's several myths. One of them being short sales take a long time to do. Well, folks, they take about 3 months. And it's better to have a short sale on your record than a foreclosure and then being sued for the deficiency in the judgment. Now, for a short sale, it takes about 7 or 10 days for me to get with a seller and collect all that paperwork and turn it into the bank. Then it takes them about 30 to 45 days to assign it to a negotiator and actually pull the values on that property, having an appraisal or what they call a broker's price opinion, which is done by other real estate agents. And then from there, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for them to review the file and come up with an approval. So folks, it takes about 3 months to actually get a short sale done. Yet some of the other myths that go on out there is people say, well, Bob, these short sales buyers will think they're kind of overvalued. Well, no, that actually are actually some of your best deals out there right now. Foreclosures, when they hit the market, which are properties that are owned by the bank, usually get multiple offers on it and a lot of cash buyers, and they're competing against each other. So they have to go a little bit and above beyond asking price in order to get that property. A short sale, which is the bank doesn't own the property, but it's allowing the seller for less than what they owe on it to avoid a foreclosure. Okay? So in a lot of cases where people say, Bob, these properties are overvalued. Okay? Another myth is that they won't take a large reduction in an offered price. Well, those two myths kind of go one and the same. Folks, the banks have to spend a lot of money on attorneys and court fees to foreclose on a seller's property. Once they obtain the property, they have to pay for the utilities to be on, cut the grass, maintain the household, clean the pool, and maybe even pay for a third-party asset management company to handle that property for them. So it can cost the bank a lot of money. As I've heard that on average, in some areas it costs up to $40,000 for a bank to foreclose on your property. So, again, it's in the bank's best interest to go ahead and sell it as a short sale for less than what is owed on it than to go ahead on the foreclosure process. Now, we obviously know the bank doesn't have a heart for you and that they really care about the seller. However, though, it's in their best financial in their best financial position to go ahead and sell that property than to foreclose on it. Some of the other myths that go on out there is, you know, well, Bob, I've heard that I have to miss a lot of payments in order for me to do a short sale. Well, that's very common even among real estate agents. The fact is, folks, the bank that's allowing you to do the short sale, the one that you have a loan with, that lender has to review your file completely. If they realize that you're out of work, you may have some medical issues, and you're struggling to make the payments, and you have no other assets, they realize it's only a matter of time before you're not able to make the payments. So the bank doesn't necessarily need you to be missing payments in order for you to do a short sale. They just realize on an overall portfolio of the file that sooner or later it's going to happen, and again, it's in their best interest to go ahead and do a short sale now than to foreclose later. Some of the other myths I hear, hey Bob, the banks would rather, I don't have enough time to negotiate, is one of the big myths out there, because a lot of times people wait to the last moment and say, you know, Bob, I got a sale date for 3 weeks from now. Well, folks, obviously if your sale date on your property is going to be foreclosed on within maybe tomorrow, 2, 3, 4 days, that might be a little tight there. But folks, even if you're 2 weeks out, 10 days out, 3 weeks out, there's plenty of time to do a short sale, even if there's a foreclosure date set, because all we have to do is get the paperwork together and get a hold of the bank. Again, it's in their best interest. They will either slow down the foreclosure process, in some cases even stop the foreclosure process, and we can go ahead and do a short sale. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they told me, Bob, you know, I'm really embarrassed. I mean, well, when we put your property for sale on the market, we don't need to stick a sign in your yard saying short sale, seller can't make his payments. The other thing is, there's a lot of buying activity out here in Central Florida, so your property is going to sell rather quickly, and so the whole process shouldn't take very long. In fact, it's more embarrassed if you get foreclosed on and you end up in court and you're being sued. You'll be more embarrassed then, and you'll also go through a lot more stress and have a lot more legal problems on your hands, folks. So it is in your best interest to immediately, if you find as though that you cannot afford the property anymore, to seek professional advice. For more information about my services, you can contact me, Bob Armstrong, 863-206-3901. You can also email me, bob@armstrongcfl.com. And I look forward to talking to you.